Hold on, guys. Give me 2 seconds. All right. Little different. I could explain. We're in Red Hook tonight. And I wasn't going to do a live stream, but you know what? What the hell? We'll do it. Give me a second. All right, let's do this. So welcome to Red Hook, Brooklyn, everybody. We have a pretty cool view of the World Trade Center right here. And we're pretty much gonna be commuting home. I gotta go home. So, I came out to Red Hook for a client. Had to take some video of one of our listings. So here's what we'll do. We're gonna walk through the neighborhood of Red Hook, Brooklyn. And we're gonna go all the way, essentially to the Brooklyn Bridge. And I'm gonna be commuting home over the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, the internet's not too good in Brooklyn, particularly in Red Hook. This is deep Brooklyn, for those of you who are familiar with New York City. So, we're gonna see some cool views though. Pretty good views of Lower Manhattan, World Trade Center, and the like. But yeah, that's the show. That's the big show tonight. Alan, what's up? Sabrina Fair. Lance, good to see you. Lena Sandoval. So we're pretty much going to be walking along the water the entire way. And we're going to pass the ferry terminal. Now there's also a huge Tesla dealership right here, just off to the right, which you guys will see. But it's a very quiet neighborhood, very quaint, and it didn't always used to be like this. This wasn't the best neighborhood, just up until the last, I should say, 8 years. But now there's a lot of new developments going up, and you have, you know, $3 million penthouses that are being offered in Red Hook. You would never expect that in a million years, that there would be listings in Red Hook, Brooklyn for $3+ million. Crazy, but it's true. Now, I gotta show you guys something really cool. Okay, so coming up on the corner here, this is King Street in Brooklyn. This is going to be the ferry terminal that you could take to Wall Street. So there's not a lot of public transit in Red Hook. Actually, there's none. There's maybe the bus. You could take, the closest train station is the Smith Street station, which is about a mile away. So many people commute to Manhattan right here at the ferry, which is kind of cool. And you could see the high water line where the water came up during Hurricane Sandy. So here we have it. You can see the spire of the World Trade Center. And then look at this. Can you guys believe this? So for those New Yorkers who have lived through Hurricane Sandy, like I have in Long Island, this was the high water mark. Literally 5.75 feet of water. Like, can you just imagine that for a minute? Like, so where we're standing is completely submerged in water. That's nuts. So this whole place got totally wiped out. You can see the Brooklyn Tower in the distance there. Yeah, this is the ferry terminal. You go right through here, you go all the way to the back, and it'll take you right to Lower Manhattan. Pretty cool. Hey, Haas Manic, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Now, this building right here is very notable. It's 160 Imlay. 160 Imlay, another luxury condo that went up in Red Hook, Brooklyn, and has really, really spectacular views of Lower Manhattan. And for those of you who are watching, maybe you are, you know, a lifelong Brooklynite, you know, to have that caliber of new developments go up in Red Hook, Brooklyn, you know, things going for $2-3 million bucks. You know, this is an up and coming neighborhood that I think is gonna kind of be the same as Williamsburg. If I had to describe Red Hook 8 years ago, it's like a Greenpoint, Brooklyn 8 years ago. That's kind of what I think. Yeah, middle-aged grinds need to do Diker Heights, Bay Ridge one day. Yeah, I mean, the only reason why I'm out here is because I had to go to one of our listings, one of our properties, which I'm going to be uploading the video here soon. 199 Conover Street. But there in the distance, you can kind of see Lower Manhattan. You can even see the Empire State Building lit up. But this is a biking path and a running path that'll kind of navigate you all the way around. It's pretty cool. DM, what's up? Joe Rats. New England Crypto. Speaking of crypto, the Bitcoin conference is going on right now in Nashville, which is cool. Oops, let's get down here for a moment. Hey, Tropical, what's going on? Professor Dario. Cheers from Brooklyn, New York. Tatted T. Brad's Brain, welcome to Brooklyn. Not only Brooklyn, Red Hook, Brooklyn. This is a totally unexplored neighborhood of Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, so the building that you're looking at right now, and you could look it up on Street Easy if you'd like. It's called 160 Imlay. And those loft style apartments have crazy good views of Lower Manhattan. That's actually the building that we're competing with. So the building that I'm on is 199 Conover Street. And we currently set the record for the highest priced sale in Red Hook, Brooklyn's history. Oh, this right here is a very famous place, the Red Hook Lobster Pound. This is one of their trucks. We'll go up one more, just so you can see kind of the main drag here. Now, the main kind of town, I should say, of Red Hook is on Van Brunt, which is where we're gonna bang this left right now. Hey, sunshine after rain. Good to see you. Welcome to Brooklyn. And it's a pretty uncomfortable walk because we're doing this in a full suit and tie. So we're gonna do probably a little over 8 miles fully suited up, which should be quite uncomfortable, but it'll be all right. See, all of this used to be just auto body shops, maintenance shops. You see a lot of HVAC places. Now it's just rented pickleball coming soon. Look at that. So a lot of these warehouses are being converted into other things. It's so cool. Pickleball. Xavier. Cheers. Now I gotta show you guys this too. Right across the street, it's an original gas station. Check this out. I think you guys will enjoy this. So these are some of the original gas pumps. What are these from the, would you say these are from the 1950s? What are your thoughts, everyone? These look pretty retro. They look pretty cool. What do you think? What year do you think these pumps are from? Maybe 60s? Ah, the 80s. It still looks kind of cool, 1980s. this car's looking pretty cool too. So anyway, like I said, if you continue to walk all the way down Van Brunt, this is where you're gonna see a lot of the restaurants and the shops. A lot of coffee shops. Also the main IKEA. I'm not sure if anyone is familiar with that IKEA in Brooklyn. It's right here in Red Hook. So if you're gonna buy a place, you'll have ample time to furnish it. Hey, marketing videography, what's up? Good to see you. Now, another place we're gonna pass by here in a moment as we're walking down Van Brunt is Tesla. I believe this is one of the biggest Teslas in New York City. This is one of their main service centers. And it's always packed. Now, I don't usually come to Red Hook as much as I did, mainly because we actually did a pretty good job selling out that building. We only have like 2 units left. We have the big penthouse and we have a 1-bedroom. But every time I walk past this Tesla, there's a line out the door, which maybe isn't a good thing, because that means people are getting their vehicles serviced. Hey, Vinny is here, Richard Gutierrez. What's up, Richard? Yeah, and you have bus stops. Now, you really got to see Red Hook, Brooklyn during a sunset. So I took some video of one of our listings just right as the sun was setting. Oh my God, it's beautiful because, and you could look this up on Street Easy if you'd like. Hold on, I just want to show you this. This is one of the oldest FDNY fire stations in all of New York City right here. But if you look up 199 Conover Street, Penthouse 3B, it's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, but there's over 1,300 square feet of private outdoor space on the roof. And you're looking over Lower Manhattan, Staten Island Ferry. It's really, really nice. This was the old fire department. You can see the horses. It's funny because one of our other listings at Broom Street, 554 Broom Street, used to be a horse stable back in the day for the New York City Fire Department, which was then converted into condos, which looks interesting. Hey, Room C, what's going on, man? I got your text. It's been nuts today, but once I get back to the office here, we will make it happen. Richard Gutierrez is that condo near the projects. I mean, if you go on Google Maps, I think it's probably about maybe 12 blocks away or so. And they're redoing that too. There was a big NYCHA development that all the projects are going to be brand new now, affordable housing. This right here, I'll point out, this is brand new too. And one of our viewers, Mohammed Atif, is the lead doctor at the brand new Red Hook Family Health Center at NYU Langone. You could actually see him right here. Super smart guy, fellow viewer, Atif Mohammed. So really great doctor. And they just opened this. So we were actually going to do an event at the Conover kind of showcasing this, because there's a lot of new families with little kids that have come to Red Hook now. This place is pretty booming. And now you have, you know, one primary care physician here. And primary care including pediatrics and family medicine, routine dental care, women's health, behavioral health, and family support. And that's our guy right there, Atif Muhammad. All right, this is brand new right here. I gotta recross the street. Give me 1 second. This is a new skate park. It's closed now. Actually, maybe they left the gate open. But this is all brand new. So you have a place for seating, and you have an all brand new skate park. There's always kids out. I think Kevin Durant once had a townhouse right down this block here. And here we have Tesla. You can see the Red Hook Tesla right here. Let's go explore that a little bit more. This is one of their main service centers. So if you have an EV, many of the newer condo developments will offer installation of a level 2 charger for free. And we oftentimes call Tesla and they have their technicians come out and install the charging. Okay, this right after the Tesla is the Red Hook terminal. This is where a lot of the shipping comes in, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. We actually just covered Tesla's earnings report, which missed analyst expectations. And Tesla pushed back their event for the robo-taxi from August 8th to October 10th. Let's see if they got a Cybertruck on display in here. No, I don't think they do. Hey, NBA Elias, what's up? And look at that. You got a great view of the World Trade Center, Lower Manhattan. And right here is the Empire State Building. This is the service center. You can see all the vehicles being serviced here. Hey, Richard Gutierrez says, how far are you from the condo we discussed today? I literally, if you rewind the stream, I started off directly outside of it. 199 Conover Street, maybe 5 blocks away, down Van Brunt. I probably should have walked down Van Brunt the entire way to show you the restaurants, but it's usually really, really crowded this time of night because there's a lot of bars. And now the coolest thing, right across the street from the Conover, again, if you look it up, 199 Conover Street, it's this place called Widow Jane. And I'm not sure if anybody's a big bourbon enthusiast, but it's a bourbon distillery, and it's very, very expensive whiskey. We've actually had them, whiskey bourbon, we've actually had them sponsor some of our events. And it's this beautiful building. It's like 100 years old, the building. And you can have tastings there. They show you the distilling process, and it's very, very cool. I'm not a big drinker, but I'm interested in like that whole process. That's kind of how I know about it. And this is the main Red Hook container terminal. We'll take one more shot at Tesla, and then let's head back over the Brooklyn Bridge. But I mean, just 5 to 8 years ago, none of this looked like this. I mean, it just completely different. Like, you can't even imagine. Everything looked like this, pretty much. Like these blown out, kind of older, you know, townhomes. But even these are being totally gut renovated. Now, the developer that I'm working with, it's called Red Hook Partners. The CEO is Lee Cohen, and their offices are right on Van Brunt Street. We're also working with them on another development in Bay Harbor Island in Miami, Florida. And they do good work. They do really, really good work. And this biking path, just for some context, again, beautiful views of Trade Center. This biking path will take you all the way around Red Hook, and it'll merge you right onto the Brooklyn Bridge, which you'll see in a moment as we get closer. But look at some of these older original Brooklyn buildings. Hey, Dock 7. Good to see you. Indeed, another crazy day in the market, another volatile day in the market too. Another good thing about Red Hook, there's lots of street parking, so if you don't own a parking space, 9 times out of 10 you can grab one on the street and you're not gonna have a battle. I mean, if you live on the Upper East Side, if you live on the Upper West Side, the free parking, it's like you're battling, playing gladiators with everybody. Not here. Okay, we're gonna go around another bend here, then we're gonna make a left. And this is gonna take us through Dumbo. So we're first gonna go through Dumbo. We'll also talk about some more new developments over here at Olympia Dumbo. Which is my favorite condo in Brooklyn. Now, we do have some news about the Brooklyn Tower. Oops, let me get out of this guy's way. I remember there being a good barbecue place here. I just can't remember. I don't think this is it. I know where it is. It's around the corner here. But anyway, this is cool. You have this bike path, so if you're a big cyclist or something, obviously during the summer, the winter it's not going to be so it's so nice, but you know, to be able to bike pretty much all the way around the island, it's great. That big building in the distance is Brooklyn Tower. And now we're on Brunt Street. There's 2 places that are very good though. If you ever, you know, spend a day trip on the weekend and you want to walk around Red Hook, there's the Red Hook Tavern, which is very cool. And number 2, that Lobster Pound. There was a good place that unfortunately closed down. It was called Fort Defiance, but that actually just closed down. I think they sold the building to somebody. Look at this guy's house. Has all like different sculptures. Hey, the Papa Smurf OG. Good to see you. It says welcome from Soho. We'll be walking through Soho tonight. We are walking from Red Hook, Brooklyn, all the way over the Brooklyn Bridge. This is a pretty good example, okay? These are the original Brooklyn homes, and more often than not, they're being bought up, and in its place are these luxury townhomes. Now, you can't really see in here too well right now because they have the shades down, but these are huge loft-style duplexes. They're very, very cool. And I mean, imagine being on the upper level. You're looking right at the World Trade Center, which is nice. And it's fairly quiet. This is Alma on the corner. Haven't been here, but I heard it's good. This is Columbia. No. Yeah, it is Columbia. Sorry. Yep, so we're gonna make a left on Columbia, and then we're gonna have a straight shot to Dumbo, Brooklyn. You have the city bikes that nobody uses. Edward Adams, Tommy, you talking about Hometown Barbecue? Yes, that was the place. Where is that, Edward? Is that, am I getting the directions wrong? I think that's further back, right? Yeah, Hometown, no. I think, yeah, Hometown Barbecue is all the way down Van Brunt. Like, as far as you could go, I think. That's a good spot. It's expensive though, but it's a good spot. Look at this Jiu-jitsu studio. Anyone in the chat here roll Jiu-jitsu? I actually started doing Jiu-jitsu about a little over a year ago now. I don't do it often, maybe like twice a month. Whenever I'm in Miami, I go to that studio. The Valenti brothers. It's kind of fun. Ah, Edward Adams is further south in Red Hook. Got it. Kind of as you go by the IKEA. Carl Roth says Red Hook is a flood zone, scary. Hey, if you rewind the stream, we visited the high water mark for Hurricane Sandy. It was over 5 feet of water there. Now the city just approved, and I think they've already started construction on it too, the big flood wall that they're building right outside of the Red Hook terminal, where all of the cargo comes in. This place is cool. Look at that. Looks like a little hole-in-the-wall bar, speakeasy place. Z says, nah, I don't want to get any injuries. If you roll with experienced people, you won't get any injuries. Jiu-jitsu is very good to learn, even if you just learn the basics. Because you can submit people in the most non-violent way possible. Like if there's a belligerent, crazy person, you know, instead of, you know, hitting them with a blunt object, you can just, you know, de-escalate the situation and slowly choke them out, or just detain them until police come. So it's actually very, very safe. Troy says, what is this area like in the daytime? The port right there. It's pretty busy. This is the Brooklyn Marine Terminal. I'd say there's a lot of cyclists. Here's the one thing I'll say about Red Hook as we're about to leave the premise. It's kind of similar. Now let me finish my thought because it's going to sound crazy, but it's true. It's a little similar to the transiency of South Florida. And I'll tell you why. Because on the weekends, particularly in the spring and in the summer, a lot of people from the city take the ferry over to Red Hook, Brooklyn. Just as kind of like a day trip and a day outing. But then it's pretty quiet and it's pretty dead the remainder of the year and the remainder of the week. So chances are, if you're in Red Hook, Brooklyn during the week, you live there, right? You don't really pass through to go to work. You know, there's no offices. So in that regard, it's kind of nice. But in the winter, it's, you know, only people who live in Red Hook are there. Sabrina Fair says, Tom, you've been to Borough Park? I have. I used to coach soccer back in the day in Borough Park. This is when I was like in 1920. Hey, what's up, out and about? Good to see you. But it's nice to change it up, right? I think it's cool to show you guys a different part of New York City, particularly an obscure one that not a lot of tourists go to. So we have two options. We could either make a right, go up and over, but I think for the sake of time, we're gonna make a left, but at least you'll get a little bit better views. It's gonna be cool because you're gonna see the overhang of Brooklyn Heights. So if you think back to a lot of our live streams at South Street Seaport, the view that we look at over in Brooklyn is that little overhang of Brooklyn Heights looking back at us. So we're gonna quite literally walk under that. So it's gonna be cool to experience. But if you make a right, this is gonna take you more towards downtown Brooklyn. We just don't have time for that. It's a little bit too late. Carl Roth says Red Hook needs so much more mom and pop retailers. It's too quiet. Well, right on Van Brunt, they have so many things going on. And I know that because we've done a lot of outreach to those little mom and pop places to put on events at the Conover. There's a lot of small boutiques. There's art studios, you know, the Red Hook Art Studio. You have that key lime pie place. I think it's called Steve's Key Lime Pie. There's a lot of stuff. You just would never know it's there because it's like a little hole in the wall place. All right, let's cross to the right. And you see all these are brand new luxury condos too. Carl Roth's symbol is way more active than Red Hook. I don't know what symbol is. I don't know what that is. All right, let's walk under the pass, kind of that underpass here. But this is all brand new and all paved, which is quite nice. See a lot of people out walking their dogs and stuff like that. this. You know what, let's actually take a little bit of a detour here. I want to show you these. Hey, Quant, what's up? Hey, Tom, how is the real estate market doing? It seems not well. There's just not a lot of transactions being done. But check the newsletter. We covered it in detail. If you guys are interested in the financial markets and equity markets, we write a free investing newsletter for everybody. We publish every other Thursday right as the market closes. We just published it Thursday, so go ahead and scan the QR code on your screen, punch in your email and you'll get it. But this is really nice here. I mean, this is all relatively brand new. A lot of yuppies is the terminology they would call them. All right, let's make a left. And this is gonna take us by the Pier 5. This is where I used to play soccer in college. We used to play this school called St. Francis, and you'll see the soccer field here in a moment. It was unbelievable when we would play games because you have essentially the entire city in the backdrop. It was awesome. But if you guys are enjoying the live stream so far, feel free to leave a like on the video and click the subscribe button if you're new. We do these live streams every single day, starting at 8:45. So many people with dogs over here too. Crazy. ETC 333, what's up? All right, we'll take a quick detour and I'll show you guys. It actually looks like there's some soccer games going on right now. But let me know how the internet is, because I'm not too sure if my internet is going to be good over here. Carl Roth says Red Hook has narrow sidewalks, too dangerous. I mean, I feel as if they're standard width. I didn't notice a difference.
Yeah, that's the one that I saw with the blinkers on.
All right, so here it is. This is where we would play. And you have the whole backdrop of the city, which is really nice. Yeah, so whenever we would play St. Francis College, this is where we'd play. Carl Roth says my sound is not up to par. Well, we're doing our best. It'll be all right. What do you think, guys? Should I put down the camera and teach these guys how to play? Wow, really nice. Brings back a lot of memories. So this is Pier 5, and as we turn the camera even further over to the right, you'll see the Brooklyn Bridge, Empire State Building, and One Vanderbilt. Cool. If you guys look hard enough, you could see some footage of me playing St. Francis on YouTube back in the day. Yeah, and you're right on the water. I mean, look at how beautiful this is. And just walking distance from the Conover where we were. I mean, look at how nice this is. It's awesome. You have children's playground. They've even built this out since the last time I was here, which was back when I was in college. Hopefully the internet is okay here because the views are impressive. Now, this big building right here, that's One Manhattan Square, that was developed by Extel. Cool. Roth says, what did you learn from soccer and sports for your life as a salesperson? Discipline. Discipline 100%. I think everyone should get their kids involved in at least some sort of sport, where it's a team sport. And particularly if you want to play competitively in college or semi-professional, you're going to need very strict discipline. And that translates very, very well to business. I think all the discipline I have, I'm not saying I'm the most disciplined person on earth, but I'd say I have okay discipline. And I learned all of that for sure in soccer, right? Because if you want to start, you know, it's competition within your team. We had very strict running. I mean, in preseason, I would clock almost 60 miles a week. You know, I mean, if you're a center midfielder, you're running sometimes even a half marathon a game. So you got to have your cardio up. You can't eat like shit. You know, it's definitely takes a lot of discipline for sure. Also, a big thing you'll learn is just, and I know it kind of sounds obvious, but just never quit, just be relentless. The old kind of cheesy saying that you can't lose if you don't quit is true. If you just build a systematic framework for something and just do it every day in perpetuity forever, you're gonna make progress at things. So look at this. It says private boat rentals. I didn't know that. This kind of reminds me of Miami, doesn't it, a little bit, everyone? This reminds me of downtown Miami. This is also a little bit like Bayside Marketplace. Yeah, this spot quite literally looks like Miami. All right, let's continue to walk around. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's almost 11 o'clock at night and there's still a lot of people out. which is nice.
Not you.
Everything seems very well lit. You would think walking in a park at night would be dangerous. It doesn't feel dangerous at all. It's very nice here. You have cameras, it's very well lit. Lots of families too. Wow, look at that. You could even see the South Ferry bus terminal. Or excuse me, the South Ferry terminal for the Staten Island Ferry. What do you guys think so far? What's up, Cynthia? Let me zoom in on this so you guys can see what we're working with here. So, the building that's lit up in orange is the Empire State Building, and the building lit up in blue is One Vanderbilt. And it comes in pretty clear. Looks good. Anybody ever been to Grimaldi's? Hey, what's up, Meg? Meg Berg is here. Cheers, thanks for joining. Thanks for commuting home with me tonight. Solito says, can you tell us where we are again? I just joined the stream. So we started off all the way in Red Hook, Brooklyn. And now we are headed towards Dumbo, Brooklyn. And we're gonna walk over the Brooklyn Bridge back to Lower Manhattan. This is all brand new, built out too. Let's go down here because it looks quite nice. Now, this is the main attraction for the night. Does anyone want to guess what's in the distance over here? Who could guess? Whoever guesses first gets dinner on me at Del Frisco's. Cosmo, you got it, pal. There we are, Statue of Liberty. God bless America, right, guys? Beautiful. Hey, marketing videography, what's up? I actually haven't been on this platform ever. Looks like they did a pretty good job with the landscaping. Really peaceful too. Ooh, it looks like we're gonna see the Staten Island Ferry go by. You can see the Staten Island Ferry just passing by the Statue of Liberty right now. That's such a cool sight. That's so cool. Okay, the views are gonna get really good now big green thing in the distance, that's South Street Seaport. This place is so cool. And there's the Statue of Liberty. You could hear people playing that pickleball thing. That's the great thing about New York City. It must be, what, 11:30 at night now and people are playing basketball, pickleball outside? That's awesome. Hey, Kimberly. I have some pretty cool apartments coming up that I'm going to be uploading on the channel. I think you guys will enjoy these. There's a really cool penthouse at 5 Beekman Place that we listed, and it was the original penthouse that was in one of those television shows. I forget the name of it, but I probably should know that, but I'm not a big TV guy. I think it was Gossip Girl? I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Look at those people up there. They have a bottle of Pellegrino. Just hanging out. Taking in the view. Let's take a detour. Get everyone riding their bikes. Now this is the basketball and pickleball courts here. Photos from around New York. This is 5 Beacon with the amazing skylight of the residences. They're one and the same. We have the penthouse listing on top. It's nice. I'm gonna go there probably tomorrow or Saturday to film. I've just been so busy. And we also have a lot of exciting stuff in the pipeline. Some crazy exciting stuff. All right, one more maneuver here, and then we are officially in Dumbo. I think we're making okay timing. Jenny Trickett, what's up? It's much cooler tonight than I would have expected too. Wow, it looks amazing. You can just sit down on the bench and hang out all night. Hey, Sharon James. Welcome to Brooklyn. We're gonna pass by Grimaldi's, as well as the Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory too. It says this area is closed due to insect activity. Hey, Phil is here, C. Brown. Thanks for joining. Now, just off to the right, I think these are the new Brunt Street condos. These are nice too. It's really good lifestyle living here, but just to warn you, if you don't like the cold, it's very cold here in the winter. But some people don't mind it. I do. I personally mind it. But maybe I'll come back and film some standalone walking tours around Red Hook, just to get you guys more familiarized with some of those neighborhoods. Now, these have balconies here that are overlooking the water. These are pretty nice too. Let me see if I could take you through the underpass. They usually have it open. You can walk under the buildings and kind of Pier house. It's like a very, very hip environment. Look at this. This is a pretty cool valet. You can see the gym on the second level. And the smell is really good too. So you can see all these condos are interconnected here. You have a nice coffee shop here. You know, after doing this walk through Brooklyn, I'm kind of liking it a lot more. Look at the outdoor dining too. And then boom, we're right back on the walking path. Getting a little windy, but here's the Brooklyn Bridge. All right, we made it, everyone. Welcome to Dumbo. Now that building blocking the World Trade Center is one of my favorite buildings in New York. It's 130 William. Those are really, really nice condos too. And then this is looking north. You can see the Empire State Building, 1 Vanderbilt, 270 Park, and 432 Park Avenue. That big building is 1 Manhattan Square. That's that X-Tail building. You can see the Manhattan Bridge and the Brooklyn Bridge, which has those new lights. And the lights look really nice. Now that big building, that kind of looks like a sail all the way in the back, that is Olympia Dumbo. That is my personal favorite building. If you're gonna buy a condo in Dumbo, I'd say it's gotta be in that building. That building is just unreal. Now the architect, if you wanna kind of look this up online, made the building to resemble a sail on a sailboat to give it nautical vibes. And all of the fixtures, the finishes, the amenities throughout the building complements nautical environment. It's very, very cool the way they laid it out. Oh, look at the outdoor little bar here. Looks like they have a bar, serve beer on tap. All right, let's head up on top of the Brooklyn Bridge. I thought it was going to be much more uncomfortable and hot this street, but it's actually not bad since we're on the water. This is the first live stream where we're in a full suit and tie. Probably bang out maybe a little less than 10 miles. So we'll go up to Grimaldi's. Man, look how many people are out tonight. One Front Street is the address for Grimaldi's. We're gonna make a left. We're gonna take a little bit of a detour up to the Brooklyn Bridge, but it'll be worth it. There's also a good coffee shop right here. Let me zoom in on it. This is called Arabica. This place is sick. Really good coffee, and you have beautiful views of the city. Okay, Front Street. It's closed now, but this is Grimaldi's. You guys got to check out this building. And let me know in the chat what you think about it. We're going to come up on the main parking and the main valet for Olympia Dumbo. Now, the units, if you can get a unit in Olympia Dumbo that has a full-facing balcony, oh my God, it's the most insane views you'll ever see. It's almost as if you're quite literally floating above the Brooklyn Bridge. You have views of the Brooklyn Bridge, Manhattan Bridge, every single major building in the city. And the World Trade Center is pretty much in your living room. And they're triple pane glass windows, so you can't really hear much of the street noise. And I've been in pretty much every single unit there when I previewed this development. But some of them have those full floor balconies. It's a little bit too dark so you can't see it, but the balconies kind of fan out a little bit. They're a little bit off-centered. And the reason for that is because the architect wanted to make it like a sailboat. So if you're looking at it, it looks like the wind is blowing in the sails. It's very cool. Another nice detail, by the way, which we'll discuss here shortly, right as you come out of the valet and right as you walk out of the front door, you have this perfectly centered view of the Empire State Building. You got to see it. So here we are at the main valet. It's very, very private. You could buy parking here. But that's the main parking garage. And then you can go right up into your apartment. That's the Brooklyn Bridge for context. So you're literally looking right over the Brooklyn Bridge. But just as you come out of the front door, so here's the main lobby. And this small thing right here, you could even see a model of the actual building at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. And right as you walk out, look at that. You have this really cool, perfectly centered view of the Empire. It's really cool, right? You have coffee shops, you have a Starbucks here, you have a pizza shop. Now, our friends, the Eklund Gomes team, was running sales on this building. We do a lot of business with their team. Here you have a whole supermarket. And right here, you guys are gonna automatically recognize this. What you're about to see right now is one of the most photographed places in the entire city. Right when I bang this left, you're gonna be like, ah, I know where that is. It's gonna automatically click. Right on the corner of Washington and Front Street. We'll wait till this Tesla goes first. You guys know where we are now? So this is that iconic shot of the Manhattan Bridge, and right in between, perfectly centered in between the trusses of the Manhattan Bridge, you have the Empire State Building. Guys are excited to see us. It's cool, right? I think we're covering a lot of ground tonight. This coffee shop right here is very good. Joe Coffee, very good. But check it out. If you're looking to move to Brooklyn and you want to live in a very unique building, check out Olympia Dumbo. It's very cool. Okay, everyone, let me check my battery status. Okay, battery status is all right. We have about 30% left, which means it'll probably die as we're a quarter of the way over the Brooklyn Bridge. That's all right, we'll still try. But if you guys are enjoying the live stream so far tonight, feel free to leave a like on the video and click the subscribe button if you're new. We usually do these streams every night starting at 8:45. And if you like the conversations that we have on this show about New York, real estate market, and more broadly the financial markets, feel free to scan the QR code on your screen and punch in your email, and that's going to take you to our Substack. We publish all of our research for free every other Thursday, and we send it right to our Walks in Wall Street subscribers for free. And you could even get a sneak peek on a lot of our new listings that are coming up in New York. So if you want to see a lot of the projects that I'm working on, check out our Substack. Now, if you want to walk over the Brooklyn Bridge, you know you're in the right spot. I mean, you see this hot dog guy. This guy's been here forever. So, what you're gonna do, let's say if you're on Front Street. Let me just get this out of the way. If you're on Front Street, you're gonna bang a left until you see this underpass here. This is the Brooklyn Bridge, and if you see this food cart, you're in the right place. All you have to do is make a right up these stairs, and here you are. You'll now be transcended from the street to the walking deck, I should say the walking level of the Brooklyn Bridge. Look at that. Right here is the Olympia Dumbo building. So just imagine having a unit on a balcony there, and this is pretty much your view from your living room every night. It's pretty cool. It's pretty amazing. A little windy though tonight on top of the bridge. So here you can see the balconies a little bit better. Now, another great thing that they did, if you notice how there's no more bikes on top of the Brooklyn Bridge anymore? This used to be really, really crowded with cyclists. But now, if you look down here, the city made a dedicated bike lane on the lower level of the bridge. So you can now enjoy walking over the Brooklyn Bridge without any cyclists maneuvering in and out. I think they did a really good job. Also, the NYPD cracked down hard on all those people selling, nonsense and blasting music on the bridge. So you can walk over the bridge without getting solicited, and hounded from CD guys, people selling counterfeit goods. So they really cleaned up the city in a major way. If you look just over to the left, this big bright spot at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, that's the Hudson Yards development. That was all done by Related. That's Steve Ross' company. And Steve Ross is making a major bet in South Florida too. If you look down, that's Jane's Carousel. But this is even a better shot, guys. Look at this. Could you imagine living in one of these apartments? Sitting out on your balcony with that view? It's insane. It's really unbelievable. Hey, Trade Brigade. What's going on? Welcome to the Brooklyn Bridge. We walked all the way from Red Hook, Brooklyn today. After a really busy and crazy day. This is now the Manhattan Bridge, 1 Manhattan West, Empire State Building, 1 Vanderbilt, 270 Park, 432 Park Avenue. Look at this. This is the Statue of Liberty. There she is, Lady Liberty. And they just recently refurbished all of the brick here. So funny.
You see the flashing lights over there?
Look at that. Trade Center is really going to start to come into better view. But that building just to the left, that's 130 William Street. That was the best-selling condo of 2022. Really good architect on that project, Sir David Adage. And I think he's going to be on a couple more projects too. I think one in San Bernardino, California. I forget. I think he's on an office project over there. What brand of sneakers do you use walking all these miles? Well, tonight I probably shouldn't be walking in these shoes because the shoes I'm wearing are quite expensive. They're Allen Edmond shoes. But I just started the stream right when I got out of work, so I had no choice. Couldn't change tonight, fortunately. Dan Sang, what's up? See you, thanks for joining us as we walk over the Brooklyn Bridge. Hope everything went well today for you. Trade Brigade. So are you a more loafer kind of guy or classic Oxfords? It really depends. Today we're rocking the loafers just because it was really, really hot out. And I wasn't planning on doing a live stream today, but I'm like, yeah, you know what? We're in Red Hook, Brooklyn, might as well check it out. Trade Brigade, you got to see my listing there. I'll upload the video of it probably tomorrow, but it's a sick place. Really, really cool. But yeah, yesterday we did a deep dive into all the major companies that reported earnings. We did a deep dive into Tesla, Alphabet, Visa, IBM reported yesterday. But you know, I think this is just a risk-off time leading up until the election, right? Indices were heavily extended above major moving averages, and I think you're getting your risk-off, sell-off event. You know, we've had a really good run, and historically too, if you do some back testing, Q3 is always the worst performing quarter during an election year, always. And I think this election year, more in particular, because there's so much uncertainty, right? We had an assassination attempt on President Trump. We have Joe Biden dropping out of the race. So there's so much uncertainty. I think people are just selling risk, raising cash, and then after the election, we'll probably have a pretty hefty Santa Claus rally. Which, you know, now that a lot of these leading stocks are getting knocked down, that'll allow bases to build, and we can, you know, rebuild positions and hammer them again through the highs, and make some money. I think President Obama is supposed to come and make some sort of speech coming up here soon. Also President Clinton, I was reading about on X. President Bill Clinton, President Obama are supposed to come out and make some sort of a speech. Adam Lucas, haven't been on your stream since the CrowdStrike issue. I know you speak highly of them, but your views changed. We probably dedicated like 4 streams, 2 hours back to back, just discussing the CrowdStrike issue. But that's a massive, massive. I don't want to go into it again because we spent like 4 streams on it back to back to back. But what happened was totally unacceptable, and I don't accept their answer. Let's just put it that way. There's no way in hell what happened can possibly happen. Let's just say that. Now, I think they may have fired their CTO. I saw something on LinkedIn that they have a new CTO. But yeah, that's definitely going to knock that thing down for at least a couple quarters. They're probably going to see some major accounts start to churn as well. But in jest, whenever, and I've worked in tech for a decade. That's pretty much what my bread and butter was. Whenever we send out a software update, you do it in a tiered rollout or stages. You take a segment of the business, you push the update, so if there's any issues, you don't knock out everyone's infrastructure. That's the bike lane down there. But I don't know what happened there. I mean, it was either such gross negligence that's crazy, but you don't just mass blast an update to every one of your customers at the same time. It just doesn't happen. It's just not real. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see their next earnings report. But I mean, that stock has gotten so pounded. It's below the 50. It's below the 200. I mean, it's, you can't buy that there. Meme, what's up? Always a pleasure to see you. But we should, to Adam's point, we should have our second channel up and running by late next week. And That's going to be maximum 10-minute videos behind the desk, more digestible. We'll still do the streams, but for like finance news and deep dives, it's going to be a little bit better. All right, we made it. That's kind of crazy. So we walked from Red Hook, Brooklyn, all the way over the Brooklyn Bridge. It took us about an hour and 38 minutes, which is actually pretty good timing. That's not too bad, because Red Hook, Brooklyn is very, very deep. You have City Hall right in front of us. To your left, you have Pace University, which is a really good college. This guy just blew a red light, which is okay. We are on Center Street. And there's a look back at the Brooklyn Bridge where we were. I think that was one of my favorite streams of the year, to be honest. It was really fun. I'll have to go back and make a dedicated walking tour of Red Hook during the day, just for some perspective so you could see it a little bit better. Look at how nice City Hall looks. All right, everyone. I gotta head home now. But thank you so much for joining tonight. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. We will see you right back here tomorrow at 8:45, where we'll be doing a breakdown on the financial markets. Thanks so much for joining us. If you want to subscribe to our Substack, you can receive our newsletter for free, where you learn about New York City real estate, the financial markets, equities, and much more. So feel free to scan the QR code on your screen, punch in your email, and you will be signed up to our Substack. So thanks so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful night. Also, have a happy Friday. We made it to the end of the week. See you Friday night, live from New York. Take care, everybody. Thanks, Paul. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Jean. Joseph Hardaway. DM, appreciate it. Kimberly. Sunshine After Rain. Adam Luke. Crypto Meme. Janice S. Take care. And Professor Dario.